Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I will be having pretty much a story time on, if you guys haven't seen, I did get a cut by Western Barber, and yes, I went all the way to Hollywood and all that to get a cut by him. So in case you guys didn't see that video or my post on Instagram, the link will be in my description box. So for the reason for this video is because in the full video, if you guys haven't seen it, like I said, it's there. You can't really hear anything of that Western talked to me about, nor the questions I asked them. So I decided to write down pretty much a few that I thought would be interesting and entertaining to you guys. So one of the reasons we couldn't, because the music was way too loud in the barber room and a barber shop, and then copyright and all that stuff. So we just pretty much put music over in the last video. So here are some of the stuff that me and my wife, because my wife was there recording, so she heard some of the stuff. So this is pretty much what we got from our best knowledge, from what we can remember. So here it goes. How or why did I get the haircut? Well, funny thing is, I didn't book it. My wife did. She gave it to me as a Father's Day present. So that's even cooler. I didn't even do it myself. She did. So without her, this wouldn't be possible, guys. Yay. Brittany. So that's that. We asked them, okay. We didn't ask them. So pretty much this is how I felt before the haircut. I was pretty nervous the whole ride there, because he's like, you know, to many of us, he's a big idol in the industry. We look up to him, his work ethic and all that stuff. So I was pretty nervous. When I went in there, I was just like, oh my god, like, as he was finishing up with other client and stuff. So I got pretty nervous. I was like, how am I even going to ask him questions? I ain't even brush up on my Spanish or anything, and I'm Mexican, so I speak Spanish. And that's, if you guys didn't know, Western Barber only speaks Spanish. So it was, you could imagine for some of you who don't know Spanish how hard it would be to actually talk to him and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, funny thing is, because our appointment was at 11, and then we got there at 11:05 or whatever, and he was still working with the client. So we didn't even get served till like, what, 12:30?
I think it was like right before 12.
Yeah, so it was like 12. So we waited there for like 40-ish minutes for him. And if this was like a normal barber shop, I'd be like, oh, damn, what the heck, you know? But it was for Western, so it didn't even matter. The more time I'm there, it's cool, you know? I'll just be sitting there observing. So all that happened there. When it was my turn, it was awesome because we shampooed my hair. I haven't done anything like that or gotten that done since like barber school. He shampooed my hair, dried it, and all that good stuff. Then he sat me on his chair, which that was interesting too, because they have like these vintage barber chairs, which is pretty cool, not like your average. So one of the things with, you know, you go to your barber, or as you as a barber, people come up to you and be like, they already know what they want. And I had an idea of what I wanted when I got there, but when I got there, I told them pretty much, I know us barbers don't like it when clients say this, but do whatever you think will look good on me. So automatically I thought he was going to be like, yeah, those are hard, those are tough, because, you know, it's just, they're pretty much telling him to give you whatever's. And his response was, those are my favorite. So I told him that. He just smiled. He's like, damn, those are my favorite. And then he just went at it. I was like, oh, okay. And he ended up giving me pretty much a mid-high fade, which came out clean regardless, so it doesn't matter to me. It looked pretty damn good. If you guys seen in the video or anything, my hair was, I guess, at what it is right now, maybe like a week and a half of growth, which sucked because I didn't know my wife was going to get me this present at all. Like, so it wasn't her fault, it was my fault. I had a previous haircut before that, a week, I think. Was it a week before I got this? So my hair was longer before. I wish I could have gone. That's one of the regrets I have so far, is I wish my hair was longer when I went to go get a nice very pricey experience, you know. One of the things that I guess is interesting about Western Barber, and we asked him about it, is the way he holds his clippers. So let me see. It's kind of weird. Like he grabs them. You know how he was just saying, like, you know, I guess your average or normal person barber grabs their clipper like this. He was grabbing it like, I don't know, like how to explain it. Like, yeah, he was grabbing it something like this. As you guys can see, he was just going like that. And for the reason he said is because he's it's easier for him, and the lever's right here, so he's just fading his haircut, whatever, and he just, as he goes, you know. So that was his reasoning, and he says it's faster. If I find a video, I'm gonna have you guys look at it somewhere right here. But I still kind of find that pretty weird. It's like, I don't know. So one of the things I feel like most of you had questions about is, what did he say about female barbers? Because right before I went in right before I got a haircut by Wester, he said, I asked you guys on IG, pretty much telling you guys, what kind of questions do you think I should ask? And so somebody told me, what does he think about female barbers? And here is pretty much what he said about that. So what Wester Barber said about females is that it's he's pretty flat out neutral about it. He says it doesn't really matter, because I asked him this, what do you think about female barbers? What do you think they have an advantage? And then he said that he flat out said no, that he doesn't think they have an advantage, but it is a new thing and it is the future, meaning more and more females are starting to go into the industry, and I see a lot of them thriving, so it's good. You know, it's just, I feel like it doesn't matter about gender wise, because anybody who puts in the work is going to be good, you know. But he pretty much said that there is no flat out that there's no they don't have any advantages, and at the end of the day, guys know what guys want. That's what he pretty much said, but he didn't say it in a bad way, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much what he said about female barbers. It is the future. More and more females are starting to cut. Another thing I talked to him about was pretty much like social media and all that stuff, because that's all we revolve ourselves around with pretty much. It's unavoidable. It's just there. If you're trying to expose or get your name out there, yeah, so he pretty much asked them, if you're trying to get your name out there, trying to go get exposed and stuff, what is your tips for that? And he pretty much said, post more videos. He pretty much said post more videos instead of pictures, because in pictures there's like, people can always Photoshop and all that stuff, but in videos you can't really, I mean, you could edit, but you can't lie in the video of how it looks like. So that's what he said. One of his tips for us, or us in general, is just, you want to get seen, you want to put your work out there, is do more videos instead of pics. So when it comes to editing, he pretty much said that you should edit your own videos when it comes to, like, I guess, tutorials, how-tos and all that stuff, because you know how you want your stuff, so that means you're gonna know what you like. And if you have someone else edit it, you're not gonna really be fully content unless you do it yourself. But since I don't do how-tos or anything of that nature yet, I have my wife pretty much edit my videos, because they're more like, I'd say, vlogs kind. So when it comes to how-tos and all that, of course I'd be taking over, because I feel like that makes total sense. So for those of you who are edit or anything like that, that's a good question right there. He edits his own stuff. Sometimes he has people from the shop that work, professional cameramen or something, and they record, and he takes full advantage of that because it's tough. But he said when it comes down to it, he edits his own how-tos and all that. Because, like he said, if he likes it, he's going to post it. And why go through all that trouble if you already know how it looks like yourself? Pretty much the whole time we were just talking about his experience as well from the get-go, like beginning to where he's at now. And he's a very humble dude. He literally, you know, like any other story you'd expect. Started from nothing, charged pennies for haircuts, stuff like that. You know, you start off with your friends and all that good stuff. So he was just telling me about his humble beginnings from Puerto Rico, what he had to sacrifice pretty much to get here. And it's crazy, you know. We all have similar stories, we're just different. We all have different battles. But so one of the things he also talked about was one of the first pair of clippers that he bought was from the brand Andis, which we are all familiar with. So I thought that was a pretty cool fun fact. He said something about buying it like at Walmart, and it was an Andis one that I think he said that it got destroyed in like weeks, something like that, days, weeks. But he also said another fun fact was that he when he did his first taper, it took him 2 hours. He said 2 horas, but he came out how he wanted it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So those of you who take forever in your cuts, so don't worry about it. Time, practice makes perfect. So where he would have his clients when he would cut hair at home and stuff, it was like at an old school. It was at his house in his garage. With pretty much he had his client sitting in which was a wooden plank because he didn't have a chair or anything that fancy. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. He also said something about friends like back in the day, like they still hit him up, but they don't want to pay the prices and all that. So he kind of pretty much say he doesn't really mix friendship with business, which I agree. You know, like your friends are always gonna want that hookup or something. Sometimes don't pay, but like for Western Barber, his time is money. Literally, he's working for his family, so he can't be doing that all the time. And that's what he said. Sometimes you lose friends, and I guess it's true, you know. But you gotta, pay the bills. No, but I asked, you know how, like, I guess I had a different opinion on celebrities before I went in, and then after I got out, it was completely different. And for some reason, it's like, I feel like most of us, not everyone, but most of us think about when we're barber students or new barbers, we're like, oh, we want to, can't wait to cut all these celebrities, you know, and all that stuff. And like all these big names and all that crap. But now thinking about it, hearing his story, which he pretty much said this: celebrities and the haircut I got was literally the same thing. They pay the same. Most of them are pretty stingy when it comes to tipping and all that, and they want their hair extra perfect. You know, like stuff like that. They feel like more entitled for like free haircuts. They're like, oh, because he said they think that you're doing them they're doing you a favor and stuff by taking like a photo or something like that. Which I guess it does help. It helps put you out there saying, oh damn, you just cut, for example, you just cut like Jay-Z's hair or something like that. And wow, now you got to get a whole different clientele and all that crap, because now you could charge more. But at the end of the day, he said he doesn't really like cutting celebrities' hair because they literally pay the same as I do. The haircut I got paid for, every celebrity you guys see on Instagram or anything getting a cut, they pay pretty much the same, other than maybe if it's a house call. I paid around like $150-ish. Celebrities pay that too. Same price for same haircut. Now this doesn't go for pretty much every celebrity because I know everyone's different. But what I was just saying is that my service, literally a simple elegance experience, haircut, shampoo, what else is it, beard and all that. If any other celebrity gets that, they pay the same price as I do, unless they go into the VIP room where you guys seen like A-Rod cut a few other celebrities like Bad Bunny and every other artist. They pay a lot more right there, so it's a whole different ballgame because it's literally just you one-on-one in a room where you can have some, you know, you can smoke, do whatever you want, smoke a bit or something, and then drink a little, and it's just you one-on-one. So that one's a lot more pricier than the service I got. But he says for the most part, celebrities, they get about the same service, that one that I got. But he says like it used to be like for him a big thing, and that he used to be scared, not scared, but like super nervous about cutting their hair, because it's like, damn, if I mess up this and that, it's an artist. But then nowadays, like, I guess it's just normal for him. And he says like I treat him like any other client, you know. So he also said something about, which sucks, because a lot of people think he speaks English. Because come on, if you look at him, he doesn't look like he even speaks Spanish, or he doesn't, like most of you guys seen him on Instagram, he doesn't even look like he can talk. That was funny when someone said that, oh, that guy can talk, because in all his videos he's just like. That's funny. Yes, he is able to talk. If you guys haven't seen my last video, he can talk. He's actually talks a lot, huh? The whole time he was talking, I asked him questions, but he talked to me like full stories, man. So I thought that was pretty cool. So don't let what behind the camera fool you. Yeah, Western Barber also he was talking to us about how sometimes when there's like, you know, just regular clients going in and out, whatever, your regular clients, and some of them just don't even, they just go in there for the cut, you know, they don't really idolize Western Barber like we do, and think of him as this person, you know, like celebrity type, and all these other rich guys, because it is West Hollywood, so a lot of A-list celebrities, a lot of just wealthy people in general, they go there just because they can afford it. And you know, it's just like you go down the street to a barber shop, and it's just like it's just like that for them. So they pay the 100 plus because they can, because it's like $20 to them. So imagine how that feels. He says that a lot of the time since he doesn't speak English and his clients don't speak any Spanish at all, he says he understands very little, but he just puts his headphones on sometimes and just continues with their cut, because there's like no way of kind of communicating, you know. So I think that's pretty weird and awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So pretty much after hearing his story and all that, his humbling story from pretty much beginning to end, what I got from it was that I love experiences like this. I'd like to keep doing stuff like this, like a series, you know, like just, you know how we have barber talk, but now I'm gonna do one like, just going out there and getting people our idols and stuff, our idol barbers, our celebrity barbers, to cut my hair and hear the whole story. I think I'm gonna do a series on that. Don't expect it too often either, because it's expensive haircuts, man. But so every now and then, I want to hear some recommendations. Who you guys want to see next? Because for now, I think I have Taylor Cuts 1. So let me know what you guys think about that. But anyways, like I said, it was a very humbling experience. All that knowledge which I just shared with you guys, it's I hope you guys do use it, and let it serve as motivation, because I feel like every experience after this is going to be just keep more fire, so I can keep going hard. Because it's awesome hearing them. You know, they start off even like, because I wasn't that, I guess I was well off compared to like him beginning my barbering career, unlike him. So I feel like that also serves as hunger for him, because he had a lot less than most of us. I had a lot, I guess. I'm pretty blessed. And I feel like it has to do with demographics sometimes, because I feel like most of us here in the States are like, everything's kind of like given to us, you know? So I feel like we don't have that strive sometimes, because we just take out a loan or something, work, go to school, you know, and they just throw us a kit, and then we just have to show up and stuff. Unlike other people in other countries, which they don't really have like a school or anything like that. So, or they do, but it's like super expensive. They have to work, because most likely they have families, and they don't get paid that much, so they have to balance this and that. So I feel like they want it more sometimes, simply because they have a lot less to work with. but the results are, their hunger is just far superior. This was my experience. It was amazing. It's going to be different for everyone else. I do highly recommend you guys do this kind of stuff, like go get a haircut by someone you follow, because I feel like it's the ultimate experience, you know. And if you need motivation, it's right there as well. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you guys want to see next on the next video. I'm open for suggestions, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.